long it will take for your presentation, do you think? I cannot hear you.
I'm not sure how long my presentation.
10, 15, 30 minutes?
Maybe 20 and maybe probably less than 20, I think.
Okay. So I think can we start the presentation on 1:15? Can we start on that?
Can.
Okay, because I have a thing need to do actually for 10 minutes. So we go for the presentation from Kelvin 1:15, huh? Okay, 1:15. I play a video regarding to our last chapter first because I have something to do in 10 minutes, guys. Okay, so I have play this one. Let me see before we go for the Kelvin presentation. I think this one.
Hello, my name is Arana Sirik from the Neil Squire Society, and this presentation is on Introduction to Ergonomics. The presentation will advance by itself. All you need to do is observe and listen. I will read and explain all the information as we go along. Definition. The definition of ergonomics comes from two separate Greek words. The first part, ergo, means to work. The second part, Naomi, means natural laws. As we put the word back together, ergonomics means to work by natural laws. What is ergonomics? Ergonomics is a discipline that involves arranging the work environment to fit the person in it. This can be applied to any setting, including work and home. When ergonomics is applied correctly to the work environment, visual and musculoskeletal discomfort and fatigue are significantly reduced. Repetitive stress injuries. Repetitive stress injuries are injuries that result from excessive and repeated physical stresses on the musculoskeletal system. The picture on the left-hand side shows a computer user repetitively typing away at the keyboard. Typing and mouse work can be considered as repetitive physical activities. Repetitive stress injuries. Repetitive stress injuries most commonly occur in the following parts: hands, wrists, elbows, shoulders, neck, and back. Topics. We will cover the following topics in this presentation: general ergonomic concepts, posture, monitor placement, keyboard placement, mouse placement, office tool placement, and leisure time. Please note that chair and seating options will be discussed in a separate presentation. General ergonomic concepts. Concept number 1. Change your posture throughout the day. The picture on the right-hand side of the slide shows an office worker continually moving in their chair. Concept number 2. Ensure adequate clearance under the desk. The picture on the bottom left of the slide shows a worker sitting in an office chair with their thighs rubbing against the hard edge of the desk. This is a posture we want to avoid. Ergonomic concepts continued. Concept number 3. Avoid office clutter. In the top left-hand side of the slide, there's a picture of an office worker hitting their head on a shelf. We want to avoid office clutter and ensure we have adequate clearance all around us to avoid injuries. Concept number 4. Light reflects off monitors, causing glare and eye fatigue. We want to avoid glare and sources of light that negatively influence our eyes. The picture in the bottom right of the slide shows an office worker working at their workstation. The dotted lines from the monitor, window, and the overhead light indicate the sources of glare. Ergonomic concepts continued. Concept number 5. Avoid reaching. Keep tools within a comfortable reach envelope. For office tasks, this includes your mouse and keyboard, pens, pencils, books, and documents. On the bottom right of this slide, there's an image of an office worker. The arrows in the image show the reach envelope. This is where items that are frequently used should be placed, within easy reach. Posture. As I go through the following points, you can assess your own posture to ensure you're sitting correctly. Your forearms should be held horizontal with elbows at right angles. Shoulders should be relaxed. Your wrists should be in a neutral or straight position without any extension or flexion at the wrist. Your backrest should be supporting your lower back, pelvis, and the natural curve of your spine. Your thighs should be resting horizontally with the feet fully supported by the floor or footrest. Common posture issues. Issue number 1. Sitting upright or forward. When we're focusing on a task, we tend to lean forward, perching on the edge of our seat. This is even more common for computer work, as we tend to lean forward to clearly see the monitor. Common posture issue number 2. Not changing your posture throughout the day. It's important to frequently change your posture to decrease fatigue and prevent static postures. This will allow some muscles to relax and recuperate from extended periods of repetitive activity. Workstation relationship. The image in the center of the slide shows a workstation setup. Please note there is no ideal setup, as everyone has different preferences, needs, and disabilities. Please note that chair and seating options will be discussed in a separate presentation. Monitor placement. As I go through the following points, you can assess your monitor to make sure it's appropriately set up for you. The monitor should be placed directly in front of you. Avoid placing your monitor at an angle. Your monitor should be approximately an arm's length away. You can take your arm, extend it straight ahead of you, and your fingertips should be close to the screen. If your hand is touching the screen, you can push the monitor slightly back. If there's quite a distance between your fingertips and the monitor placement, you can bring the monitor forward. The monitor should be placed such that the top line of text is at eye level. When you're sitting in your chair, your eyes should be hitting the top third of the monitor. You may need to adjust your monitor height by either lowering it down or raising it up. Do not use several colors at one time on your screen. If you do, use extreme contrasts such as blue and red, so your eyes won't tire as quickly. Avoid using yellow or green, as they cause a vibrating effect. Keyboard placement. As we go through the following points, check your keyboard to make sure it's appropriately placed for you. The keyboard should be placed at a height where wrists are straight when fingers are on the middle row of keys. The middle row of keys refers to the keys with the following letters: A, S, D, F, G, and so on. When typing, your hands should be floating on the keyboard like playing a piano. Avoid resting your wrists on hard surfaces while typing. The picture on the right-hand side shows a computer user with a keyboard appropriately set up so their shoulders are relaxed and their hands are floating on top of the keyboard. Typing. When typing, elbows should be held at 90 to 100-degree angles with shoulders relaxed. This is demonstrated in the image shown in the center of the slide. Notice that the green arrow on the forearm shows the horizontal position of the forearms. Armrests can provide support for the arms and relieve shoulder stresses in between typing and mouse activities. Mouse placement. The mouse should always be placed at the same height and right next to the keyboard. Often, the mouse is placed on a different surface due to desk constraints. This encourages awkward postures and reaching, leading to repetitive stress injuries. This is a setup you want to avoid. Ensure that your mouse is placed right next to your keyboard. Tool placement. Arrange your phone, reference books, pens, and documents that are used often in the primary work zone. This is the area within 12 inches of you and will minimize reaching. Items occasionally used should be placed in the secondary zone. This zone is shaded in red in the picture in the bottom left of the slide. Leisure time. Consider the types of activities pursued in leisure time and whether they add to the cumulative effects of work. Exercise and activities that loosen the shoulder and neck muscles reduce the effects of computer work. Activities such as knitting and playing computer games can add to neck and shoulder stiffness. This is something we want to avoid. This concludes our presentation on Introduction to Ergonomics. If you have any questions on this presentation, please do not hesitate to contact your assigned facilitator. Thank you for attending.
All right, so sorry for the delay for our presentation today. So this session, we will go for the Kelvin presentation on her project. So Kelvin, can you proceed with your presentation?
The camera.
Yes. Okay, continue.
Today I'll be presenting my movie booking application for my HCI assignment. My proposed system is my system is a movie booking app for a cinema, and the cinema presently only allow customer to check their movie air times at the venue and book their movie seats at the counter. However, due to restrictions made to combat the pandemic, there are less customers that are going to the theaters, so the theaters have to find a new way to increase their revenue to combat the fall in to face this problem. So they decided to create a mobile app to allow customers to view the movie airtime and book their seats without needing to physically going to the counter at the venue. The The target audience should be moviegoers aged between 18 and 40 for this application, regardless of their race and gender. According to a research by Farhan, moviegoers aged 18 to 24 and 25 to 39 make up the bulk of the significant moviegoers in 2016. The customer who used the app to plan ahead their movie watching time, and this will help the customer save time while also reducing the risk of catching COVID to book the tickets. For the fact analysis, the target audience, the ones I mentioned just now, the moviegoers between 80 to 40, and the customers should also be living in the same province as the cinema. The customer will also use the app to plan ahead their movie watching time. And this will help the customer save time and also reduce the risk of catching COVID. As for the activities, the highest rate of activity should be on Saturday and Sunday, as most customers do either last-minute planning for their weekend outings with their family. A popular movie release also spiked the activity in the app. The busiest time of the theaters are just for the just after dinner shows that from 6:30 to 7:30. Everyone has left for work and it's still early. They tend to be the busiest on days when there are no work during the following day, such as Friday nights and Saturday nights. However, the mobile app should still have a regular activity during the weekdays. Customers who are busy studying or working using apps should be using them to plan their movie outing ahead of time. For the context in which I propose for the system is with the danger of the COVID-19 pandemic. The customer who are too busy to work or they are studying would use the mobile app to make the movie planning ahead of time instead of taking the risk to physically go to the venue to get to do the booking and checking the movie information. For technology, mobile devices are very commonly used around the world. So the example of mobile devices are the smartphone and the tablets. Users who use touchscreen for their devices, who use the touchscreen on their devices to search for movies and also book movie tickets. Once the customer makes successful booking, we send to a profile to enter the movie theaters, which will allow them to enter the movie theaters after being checked by the staff at the menu. The user will receive notification whenever necessary book a ticket or reminder to watch the movie will pop up 1 or 2 days, 1 day or 4 hours before the airing of the movie. For the usability goals, first, efficiency. The proposed system needs to allow the user to complete their tasks efficiently. For example, the customer will be able to sort the movies by genres so they can find a movie that suits their taste. The customer should also be able to sort the ticket time slot by price so they can choose a suitable slot faster. The application should also be able to recommend movies to the customer based on their past movie bookings, so customers should find other movies they like faster. For effectiveness, the proposed system is created to solve the problem of requiring customer to be at the venue to do the booking and get information. The system should allow the customer to do the same task on their phone. To achieve this usability goal, the system should have all the important functionalities required to complete the task that can be done at the venue. For example, like search movie, online payment, and booking movie seats. The effectiveness can be further improved by adding more functions such as booking history and the refund option. For satisfaction, the proposed system should have a simple and appealing UI. So to ensure the customer satisfaction, the customer should be able to learn how to use the mobile application quickly, and the UI should be interesting enough to capture their attention, so they will use the mobile application for a longer period of time. Every page should have consistent UI design so the user can easily understand the feature at the page, and the UI should be easy to navigate. For the persona, this is the persona for this application. Use the person who is working a job and trying to take care of their family, but they don't have enough time to. But the person don't have enough time to book a ticket during the weekdays for a family trip to the movie, so they could not. So and they cannot afford to go to the venue due to the risk of getting COVID. So they have to use the app. They can use the app to do the things instead. For the task analysis, this is the task HCI list form. This is the HCI list form for the assignment, for the application. And for the scenario analysis, the person is busy with his work life every day. His love, with his work life every day, so he cannot go to the cinema. However, he has recently been informed by a colleague that the cinema actually has a mobile application that allows him to do everything he needs on the phone instead of going to the counter. So he decides to install the application. He uses it to browse through the movie, decides to use a search function to search for a Spider-Man movie. Check. He selects the movie for book Saturday night, and for backrow seats family, he checks the movie details on price, and after selection proceeds to confirm the choice. After finish payment, he gets a receipt he can use to go to the movie on Saturday night. For the environmental analysis, the movie book application can be used on any environment that has internet connection after it's installed. It's dangerous to use it when making payment while the user is in a crowded area due to the danger of being of their private information being leaked or account password being leaked by passerby. Primary function of the application is to help book movie ticket, so that external application devices are not required to be used with the application. For storyboard, Kelvin just finished a stressful day at work and wants to plan to movie trip with his family on Saturday. However, he noticed that after he finished his work late, he will not have enough time to go to the cinema and book a movie. He remembers a friend mentioning cinema recently launching an application that allows user to do all the tasks he needs on his phone, so he decides to install the application to use it. After installing the phone, he first read the login and registration screen. He first needs to register an account before proceeding to log in. Next, he will be met with a home screen. With a home screen, they can see the most popular movie and the new releases at the home page. And he clicks on the search button to start the browsing the movie selections on the application. On the search page, he can see multiple movies sorted in alphabetical order by default, and decides to browse through them occasionally checking the details of some movies he might be interested in. He finally chooses a movie and clicks the book button and start booking tickets for his family. After selecting movie, he will see schedules. This schedules listed for the movie, and after selecting a schedule and clicking this respective circular button, he gets the visual of the seats in the theater. He can confirm the new seats. He confirms new seats by clicking the add button after selecting the seat on this screen. Uh, and he clicks and he can click confirm to confirm his seat selections. After he confirms his schedule and seat selection, he gets a screen with details with his purchases, such as the movie name, the schedule, the seats, and total price of his booking. After checking that the details are correct, he clicks the confirm. He finally gets a screen of a receipt that he will get. He can show the staff, so he can show the staff to get access to watch the movie with his family later. He can choose to save the receipt so he can show the receipt even if there's no internet connection. For the detailed design, I use Figma to draw the UI design for the movie booking app. The components have interactions. Using the Figma prototype, component can have interaction that can navigate the tester to different pages or show height overlays. The following will be the high fidelity screenshots of the application. One for the when they want to do the search in the menu, where they're clicking the search bar. And these are when they select the movie, it'll highlight, become it'll be highlighted with a pink color, dark pink color, and then when you click the book button, your movie pick will be confirmed and your notification will be shown. And for the schedule and seat selection, you can select schedule by clicking the round button. After selection, it will be highlighted with a pink. And selecting seats by clicking and you can also select seats by clicking the screen. After when the seats that are selected will be highlighted in a square shaped box. Oh. And after the seats are added to the booking, every time after you select and click add the seat to the booking, it will say the respective seat numbers, seat names will be added, notification. And when they click the confirm, they will show that the schedule and seats are confirmed for the booking. And these are the booking details. When they click confirm, when they click confirm, they can say confirm. They will show notification also. And this is the receipt. When they click save, the receipt will be downloaded. These are the mobile. This is the profile page, and there's they can edit the user details and save changes by clicking the edit first to change details, and then save changes to confirm the change. And there's also an option to select the language you want to use for this application. Finally, is this is the help page, which have the frequently asked question and the way to contact the staff using the buttons below, the logos below, by clicking the logos below. In terms of overall design, the movie application prototypes using a consistent layout to improve the usability and customer satisfaction. The prototype layout features a top bar with the name of the application and a bottom navigation bar on all the pages to maintain consistency, and the buttons are large enough to be tapped easily. So new users who have a skippable visual guide to introduce the functions of each button. The primary color of the app would be dark pink, or this following color code, while the background color is white. Dark pink, which was chosen as study has shown that dark pink is very eye-catching and very easily grabs the attention of users. Hence, I choose the dark pink as the color. The white color was chosen as a background because it provides good contrast to the dark pink color, so that the area of dark pink will be more eye-catching. Allow the user easy to distinguish between the backgrounds, buttons, and the text. The gray backgrounds were used to contain the information, the white information, right, the information in the application that are in the white text, that are in the white with white backgrounds. As for the text color, the black is used on all areas. The black color I mainly use. The black color I use to display the information of users similar to black ink on paper, so it's also easier to read on the white background, which is complete opposite of the black. All text uses the same font consistency to minimize the confusion, but the text also follows some guidelines, and there might be some changes depending on the context. For example, some larger the text, the type, the font and the size of the text on the top bar of the application will be larger, and the application and the application title, and there will be small text used for the information and the movie selection, and overall the text will be consistent with their context. The top bar is used for the name of the cinema, which is the Sunfire Cinema. So, and the bottom navigation bar will be fixed throughout the application for navigation, with 4 icons with labels: home, profile, help, and search to navigate the user through the respective pages. Only 4 icons are based on the real-world representations that are used, as the user do not have to remember a lot of navigation. Do not have to remember a lot to navigate the application. It makes the overall design less cluttered. As a large majority of our targeted users are using smartphones we decided to use a bottom navigation bar as it ergonomic and easy to reach for the handheld with a handheld device. They do not need to stretch their thumbs to navigate between pages as it appears on every screen, so it's very consistent, easy to navigate. And each navigation icon will have equal importance in functionality. We choose not to use the top navigation bar as user will have to stretch their fingers to reach the top bar in the device, which will be very inconvenient. For the content of the movie selection main page, the top bar, on the top there is on the top there is a search bar. There's a search bar and a sort button that can be used to search movie faster. If you tap on the search bar icon, it will display the detail of the previously booked movies the user have done. And when they select a movie, select a movie, it will show the name, and it will show movie details such as the name, the description, and the PG rating. After selecting a movie, it will show the user will be directed to this schedule page. So I explained before, the using first selecting the schedule and then selecting seats with the screen. Which they can use the add button to add the booking, add the seats to the booking, and use clear to clear the selections, and to clear all the selections the customer has made, and also confirm to confirm their details. The user, oh, I think I can skip all this because I already explained the previously the receipt. For the heuristic evaluation, the visibility and system status, the user should receive visual feedback or indication that are so that inform what is going on throughout the application, and the status of the application and its function. So success messages and confirmation messages appear after user performs certain tasks, such as example in the screenshots shown before, such as these, as shown in the right side. Such as when the movie is selected and the receipt is downloaded. And for the match between system and the real world, the icon between the icon show the navigation bar, or the icon to negative navigation bar represent real world metaphors such as the house for the home, the silhouette of a person with a profile, and the help question mark with a question mark, and the search with a magnifying glass. For the third heuristic evaluation, which is the user control and the freedom, the user is allowed to go back to the previous page at the payment, at the purchase details page by clicking the go back button. For consistency and standards, the top bar and navigation bar are remain the same throughout the pages, on all pages of the application. For the error prevention, the application can allow the user to undo their mistakes, such as, for example, they can clear the seat selection if they somehow made a mistake and adding the seats they mistaken, the wrong seats, so they can click the clear to clear all the information. Also, the next one will be recognition rather than recall. The user having to memorize the previous movie bookings. Sometimes they want to select the previous movie they booked before to book again. So to prevent that, to make that easier, they can when they click the search bar, it will show a drop down list of the things they have searched before. For the aesthetic and minimalistic design, the less needed, the more important information is not included in certain components. So, for example, the movie list only show movie name and the details such as description. It's only shown when they click. So it doesn't have. So each movie title won't have a movie details below them, so which would cause the page would be cluttered, and the users would have to infinitely scroll down to get to check out all the movies, which will save a lot of space. The previous page. Oh, sorry, sir. So this will save a lot of space. So off-screen space from being cluttered by multiple long description synopsis for each of the movie. For the next heuristic evaluation, which is to help user recognize, diagnose the and recover from error, such as the Sunfire, such as the login screen. It will show valid login and password if they enter the wrong email and password. And letting them recover from error will be shown in the seat selection, such as the clearing the selection of seats and the schedules. Finally, is the help and documentation heuristic evaluation. The application also provides the help page with FAQ and the contact and ways to contact the staff, so the user can select them to for help. Yeah, this is the end of my presentation.
Okay, thank you, Kelvin. So hold on. Let me check under the rubric first. Kelvin, do you have the pack analysis? PACT? The pack
Oh,
analysis?
yes.
Hmm.
Oh, this go. Okay. This one, the pack analysis.
Okay, hold on. Okay, next.
Oh, there are, yeah. There are some functions in the pack analysis that I failed to implement in
Hmm.
in my applications and in my fidelity and the prototypes. Yeah.
Next, this one. Next.
Yeah.
Okay, next, the T. Okay. And did I miss the reference?
Oh no, I didn't put the reference inside the presentation slides.
But in the assignment report, you have done that one.
Yeah, I have put my references in my assignment report.
Okay, no problem. Then let me see. Go to the storyboard.
The storyboard and the assignment. In the assignment, I forgot to put the first slide of the storyboard in the assignment report.
It's okay.
This screen I forgot to put in the assignment report.
Mm. Next. 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 Okay. Mm. And then go to the high fidelity. Okay.
I did not include the login screen in
Mm.
the high fidelity screenshots. Yeah.
Okay. The thing. And the last one, the design decision. Next. Okay. I believe that this one I have share with Noel also. Okay, can you restructuring the design decision, because under the design decision there will be a 10 mark allocation for this one. Then can you just put maybe because from the rubric, the design decision 1 to 2 mark for one design justification. Yes, put header. Mm.
Oh,
Okay.
oh
You
yeah.
need to put the title. Okay, for example, like the color maybe. Okay, for your whatever that you are doing in the design decision.
Do I only add it in my presentation slides?
Yes,
It's
you
my
just add in the presentation slide. Do not change in the assignment submission. Okay.
okay. So
Because under the design decision, if you are not doing that one, maybe I can just give you a general mark. So if you can add one, not one only, 3 to 5. Let me share my screen with you.
does this count as one? And does each page count as one? Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
of the title.
You can do the title.
Since my main report don't have didn't change, but my presentation only changed. Still can increase the marks.
Still can accept, no problem.
Okay.
Yep, because the evaluator will be me.
Okay.
Okay, this one under the design decision, it will be 10 marks. So it say that 1 mark or 2 mark for one design justification. So if
Oh,
you do like your presentation just now, you give it general, and then I don't see it in point or in one header. So you give me in the header or maybe in the title. Okay,
okay.
one justification, second justification, third justification.
Well, I need to number the justification.
Yes,
Oh,
under the design decision.
okay.
Okay. The rest, the Nielsen heuristic evaluation should be no problem, because that one, as long that you give the explanation, the HE, and then you relate it with your project, should be no problem. Okay, so anything from you, Kelvin? You just do the improvement under the design decision.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Noel, can you turn on your camera, because I think we can dismiss the class already, and I will give the feedback maybe by next week. Okay, maybe lah, because I still have 2 or 3 class that require assessment actually. Right, so I think today
Oh,
until
so where is the submission for the
sorry,
presentation submission is where?
you can submit to me. You know
How
my
is there
email?
a
Yes. Do you
oh
know my
email only?
email?
Email only. Okay.
Yeah, email only. I just let me see my email. I don't this one.
I know the email.
Okay, okay. Right. So I think that's all for our today class. We will continue with our next week with the last chapter. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Mm.
Thanks, sir.
All right.